The third session is about energy management and how to introduce an energy management system. Energy costs are your third highest expense after staff and rent. Do you spend as much time managing your energy costs as you do to managing wages? If you do, that's great, you're on the right track. But if you don't, perhaps it's time to examine the advantages of introducing an energy management system, or EMS, as it will be referred to in this presentation. An EMS will improve your understanding of your energy costs. It will help you implement technologies, processes and practices to reduce these costs, and it will measure the improvement and savings over time. It's worth doing, and the best approach is to have a plan. There are 5 key steps to an EMS, and you can see them on this flowchart, which is also downloadable from the website. The 5 steps are commitment, understanding, planning, implementation, management and monitoring. We will be looking at these in more detail in a moment. Whilst developing and implementing an energy management system may seem a little daunting at first, it doesn't have to be. MGA has prepared a quick reference fact sheet, number 2, and a detailed outline of how to develop an energy management system in section 3.3 of the handbook. The first step in an EMS is commitment. Both management and staff must be committed. To establish energy management as a priority, you have to have clear energy performance objectives, allocate sufficient resources, and communicate your intent across the business. It's best to have your EMS documented, and a good way of doing this is to have an energy management policy. Having a policy is an excellent way of showing you're taking energy efficiency very seriously. You're making it part of your everyday business. You'll find a copy of this draft energy management policy on the website. It's also in the handbook. To drive the commitment demonstrated in the first step, you need to get your staff involved. You should allocate roles and responsibilities, and this is an important part of the second step, understanding. We suggest you appoint an energy champion to develop, establish and implement your EMS. Your energy champion should be someone who can motivate others, and they need support across the business. Set up an energy use and monitoring system. Monitoring can be done manually by reading the meter and your bills, or automatically through an online system, or you can even get a specialist business to do it for you. Regular monitoring will help you establish a baseline so you can compare future energy use. Make sure you report your findings to staff and management so everyone knows the system is working. The third step in the EMS is planning. MGA recommends that you identify energy efficiency opportunities across your business, and you can do this by undertaking a self-assessment. MGA's self-assessment tool is outlined in detail in session 7. You may also want to engage an experienced energy auditor to make some recommendations. As part of the planning stage, an energy action plan is needed. If you look on the website, you'll find a form similar to the one on screen. Use it to record initiatives and identify savings, as well as the return on investment for low and high cost projects. There's also a column where you can identify what impact external funding like government grants may have. Information on government grant programs is presented in section 9 of the online handbook. This is an actual energy audit table of recommendations that was taken from one of the sites recently assessed by Schneider Electric. As you can see, there are a lot of recommendations that have significant savings and attractive payback periods. As you can see on the left, they are prioritised. Having an external audit conducted will make completing an energy action plan easier, but you can still complete it by conducting a self-assessment and determining the outcomes and savings yourself. The fourth step in developing an EMS is the action phase or implementation. You should implement the projects identified in your action plan according to business priorities or based on return on investment. Don't forget, your staff will need education and training if you want them to change their behaviour to support your plan. And don't be afraid to get outside help to implement more complex projects. The final step in any EMS is management and monitoring. It involves regular communication and reporting to staff and management. Keep your staff focused on any achievements made so far and make sure they are communicated across the business. Communicating the achievements will reinforce a positive energy efficiency culture and help build momentum. If you would like to take part in MGA's Energy Procurement and Monitoring Program, please fill out a no-obligation expression of interest form on the MGA website. Now we will look at an actual case study at White's IGA at Mount Coolum, located on the Sunshine Coast. The store owners were committed to doing something about their ever-rising energy costs. They looked at all of the high energy consumption items across the whole store. To do this, White's IGA engaged energy management company CDAC through Metcash's Sustainability at Retail program to review their store's energy use. This gave them a thorough understanding of what could be undertaken, what the cost would be, as well as the savings and the estimated return on investment. Knowing this allowed them to plan and then implement the energy efficiencies. By undertaking the review, White's IGA is predicted to save 12% of total site energy use, and this will be managed and monitored in the future. They did this through optimising HVAC and lighting systems, better refrigeration controls, and ongoing monitoring and reporting. It's been estimated that payback will take less than 3 years. The next 3 sessions will examine how the equipment in your business consumes energy and what you can do to reduce energy costs. If you're ready to proceed, click on Session 4 to learn about refrigeration.